I was really afraid that I'd come back a different person and not be compatible with my family anymore.
I just felt my baby was gone from me for a year. Now he's coming home. How do I deal with this?
15 months is a long time to be away from somebody, and people change.
It takes months and almost years for some of these guys to get back to normal.
They're put back into the community and they're on their own. They're no longer with their friends, their soldiers, their brothers that they were there with. And they're now with their families, and that help is needed to help them adjust.
That's what we need, is we need people who really care. We don't want a repeat performance of what has happened in Vietnam.
I mean, some guys never do come out of the desert. They may be here physically, but they never make it here.
They might be there for a year or go back and serve another year, but they're home for the rest of their lives, and we need to get Iraq out of them.
I think the whole family needs to be prepared for when they want to talk about it, because they need to. They need to move on with their life and not hold it inside of them. It just makes it worse for them.
24/7 in the theater, they're focused on the mission. And all of a sudden you get home, and in that 90-day window when you're not drilling or perhaps not working for a period of time, there is no pace to your life, and that is dissettling at some level and is an adjustment you have to make.
When you're deployed, you're split up. So during the deployment, the children are dealing with the loss of not having their parent.
I found it very difficult to relate with family members when I first came home.
These guys are coming home, and they have to kind of inch their way back into our lives, because it's going to be a lot, especially with little kids and even like teenagers. Or boys, like they have to be without their father for 15 months while they're growing. It's a lot of change to be like, well, I'm home and this is how it's going to go. No.
I don't think they should have to just go on like nothing happened, because something did happen, and they need to find a way to incorporate their self back into society.
We're looking at making sure that everybody realizes that there is something, and people out there, a unit that is put together a program where soldiers of the past and families of the past are helping the present soldiers and brothers that are coming back from war.
The reintegration with family, with employers, and back into a drilling status with the Guard is just a critical component of ensuring that these young men and women continue with their lives normally.
Our concern is with the emotional and mental state of both our soldiers and their families.
We've taken care of the individual members of the unit, and now beginning to turn our focus through this program on reintegration of a family unit, which I think is critical.
The program will allow these families to come into one facility under one roof, where they can be given the options of building foundations together.
I think just helping the families deal with how they need to act together, that it's okay. That it's okay to sit and cry with your son for what your son has been through. Just to have a place to go and sit and relax and not worry about anything, just about being together.
I recruit soldiers, I retain families, and that's why this program is so important to me.
We want the families and the soldiers to be treated as one unit in the communities.
When they come home, that's when the real healing starts. That's when they really have to come back into society.
And to have an agency that, you know, or a facility that will help someone bridge that gap, I think it's a very noble cause.
You know, we're just opening our doors and hearts at hoping that this nation opens their hearts to giving back to our men and women and the families that give wholeheartedly without any expectations.
The one thing we can do is honor the service and sacrifice of those who are in uniform and their families. And the Sacred Heart program, I think, is an extension of that, in that there's a recognition that the families have suffered as a unit and therefore need to heal as a unit.
We want our sons and our husbands and our children and our uncles and brothers to know that they're not forgotten and that there are people that truly care.